Welcome to this online tour about this house designed by TEDA Architect Studio in Mallorca. I thought that the best way to start this presentation was having a look from the outside of the house. The first idea that Jaume and Irene, the architects from TEDA Studio, had was to integrate completely the design of the house in the landscape of the surroundings. That's why the starting idea was that the house was part of the ground and the ground was becoming a house. And for making this idea possible, it was important to create this variable roof that is been evolving from the beginning, and we have this more autochthonous flora and vegetation that is growing up now in our roof, in our ceiling. Then, welcome everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to turn this around. Hello. My name is Jaime Estela. I'm the owner of the house with my wife Isabelle, and I'm really glad to have you all here today. I'm really pleased to share with you the place where we live with my family, with my wife, with my girls. I have two daughters. We have two daughters, and now I'm moving inside the house. Then again, also I think it's important to share with you a bit the starting point of the design of the house. When we met, afterwards I will talk a bit more about why we started working with TEDA, with Jaume and Irene. But the idea was to try to find an architect that was able to understand what we wanted to do. No? I wanted to build a house that had to be modern and contemporaneous, but having a concept behind, not just aesthetic. No? And should be something that with strong roots in what Mallorca is, or it's been, always. Then now maybe you know Mallorca because of the tourism and all the things, but Mallorca really has been always a very poor place, where we were living from the agriculture till the 60s, when we had the explosion of the tourism that makes a different status in the island, and Magaluf arrived to Mallorca. But the beginning was very, very poor, and the culture of this island is built around austerity, no? Trying to get the best of the scarcity of resources that we had. Then all the houses in the old times were made just with two ingredients, mainly stones or wood, because it's what we had in the as a source, no, to build the houses. Then when we were talking with Jaume and Irene, always we had the idea of trying to get this contact with these roots, and then they proposed a new way of construction that I wanted to also to show you. I think in Spanish it's called something like ciclopeos concrete. As you can see, the facade is made with concrete and stones. All these stones are coming from when we were digging for the foundations of the house. We were getting all these stones, and we thought that a good way to reduce the waste was to reuse them, and they are part of the construction of all the house. Also, I mean, the concept was this idea of really privacy, no? I mean, you are arriving to the house, and I have a friend of mine that it calls the bunker, because you have this feeling that is really nothing outside, but now you get the surprise when you come into the house. Then I'm going to knock the door. And he's my wife. She's Isabelle.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
I'm going to pass her the phone, and she will explain a bit more forward.
Okay, thank you. So, let me just, before we start, hi everyone, my name is Isabelle. I'm Jaime's wife, and I'm going to be introducing to you to the house inside as a tour. And well, I hope you like it as much as we do. Okay, so the house, well, you can see when you enter, it looks like you're entering a garden, but this is the patio, which Jaime will take you through later. So when we turn right, we get to our lounge. You can see the amazing views. Of course, it's stunning. The The space and the light that we have in the house is amazing. The house is facing south, so we have a lot of daylight from morning to evening. We can see the sunrise and sunset, so it's pretty amazing. And then, so we kind of created some different corners within the space. We have this first corner here with the lounge parts, TV, which we don't use much. We prefer to look at the fireplace, like wintertime, it's very humid here, so it's pretty nice with the views. And then this part here, you can see it's pretty nice as well. It was supposed to be in the first place. You can see the ceiling here. It's kind of going down a bit. It was supposed to be outdoor, and then we thought the space inside would be small, and we live outside a lot here in Mallorca, so we thought let's make it an inside space as well. So, but we kept the idea of space with the light and the big windows. It's an ideal space to just read, play the piano, or just enjoy the view, or do some yoga, which I do every day. So it's pretty nice. So of course the house is growing from inside. We have a second house, which is our daughters. It's taking a bit of space, but it's quite nice to have them around all day. And then it's like an L shape. So we have the lounge, and then we have this dining room here. Again, it's pretty nice. The light, the space. You can see the ceiling. I think it's like 5 meters high. It's super high. You can see that the house, what you see is what you get. So the house is really made with the bricks on the walls. You have the wood for all the window frames. You can see some details up there, and then the concrete. So and then the tiles, the floor, which is we've partnered with Huguet. It's a Mallorquin tile company. They make these hydraulic tiles, so it's pretty amazing. You can see the details on the floor. It's super nice. The pattern was designed by our architect, and the table was made with the same wood as the windows, which again, it's giving a lot of warmth to the house. And now we're going to be entering the patio, which Jaime will explain to you a little bit how it works and why we did it. Also to mention this big window here, we can open it totally, like a big door. So we can be like in and out at the same time. And also it's keeping the house cool. So we're not using air conditioning at all. We use the windows. We open everything. We get fresh air. We're on the top of a hill, so we do get this breeze, these winds all day long. So it's keeping the house very fresh. So before we go around the house, I'm gonna give the phone back to Jaime so he can explain a little bit about the patio.
Yeah, I think it's important to explain the patio because it's it's the key ingredient of the house at the end, no? Really, the house is built around the patio. And this patio is a concept that is very much linked to the Mediterranean culture, and of course to Mallorca. Even is coming from the very old times with the Roman, no? The claustro from the Romans. Then this patio has a double function. One is what my wife Isabelle was explaining now, is helping to maintain the temperature inside the house. Is cooling in summer and somehow is warming a bit the house in winter. It's creating this microclimate. Also, the idea was to cover the ceiling with vegetation. We are in the way. I think it's taking time. Nature needs its time to create the things, but we are doing it. We are trying to also to cover the ceiling with this vegetation that is losing the leaves in winter, then makes the shadow in summer and creates this open space for the winter time. Also, it's important to see these two internal gardens. The first idea was to have 4 but then with Yaman, we decided to create only two. We have two internal gardens to also make the vegetation, make this refreshment in the space, and we keep two open just to make easier to walk through the house, because otherwise you need to go around all the time. No? In this way you can cross from the back side to the front side where we have the kitchen. And also we create this small space internally, because here is where we have the kitchen. Isabelle will present to you later. And we have our eatable garden where we create these aromatic herbs that helps us when we're cooking to get some fresh ingredients in the process. And I think, and as Isa was explaining, also here you can see clearly the three ingredients of the house in making the house. The house is made of concrete. The concrete is part of the structure of the house, but it's creating also, you will see in different places, the tables, the wardrobes, is part of the structure. Then you have the bricks and you have the wood. No? Then everything of the house is made with these three ingredients. And as Isabel said, what you see is what you have. I mean, nothing is hidden. Everything is shown. Okay, Isa.
Okay, so let's go back inside. Okay, so let's go back inside. You can see again the lights that we have and the view. It's pretty nice. Moving to the kitchen side, kitchen area, same, a lot of light, very high ceiling, some details, wood details everywhere. The whole kitchen is, of course, following the same structure, the wood, and we have this huge island in the middle, which, I mean, to me, the kitchen is like the living space. That's where we spend most of our time. It's you know, like we like eating, we like Mediterranean foods. So we do spend time here, and now with the new reality, you know, working from home, and then the kids, you know, also doing the school from home, it's really, we do everything here. We use the space you can see there with the chairs, and it's full of light, so it's super nice as well. Then, well, there's like a outside space that Jaime will show you in a bit. So if now. So you can see we have a few stairs, not many. So we have a few stairs which are kind of showing the limit between the day space and to the night space, to say something. So you can see, well, we have a small bathroom here, just attached to the kitchen for the kids. And then we come in this first in-between space, which is a library. We love reading. We have tons of books in different languages. I'm French, so a lot of French books, a lot of English books, and a lot, of course, Spanish books. Again, this is a tiny space, but it's so nice to be here. You know, we can just sit down, relax, and at the same time you have, again, the view of the patio, so it's pretty nice. Again, it's the ideal space. I also do some yoga here. We're kind of using every single tiny space. And then now we're going to move into the master bedroom. This is our bedroom, so it's the biggest bedroom in the house. Really, we only use this to sleep because, you know, the house is so nice and big, and we do spend most of the day on the other side, but we like to be here to read. Again, it's pretty amazing. We have the views to the patio. And then wintertime, I love to take a bath. So we made this bathtub into the floor so we could enjoy the views. So when you are in the bathtub, you can see the whole landscape and the green zone, which is also very calming and nice. And then what else? We have a window and a door from our bedroom if we want to go outside, which is pretty nice because we can enjoy, you know, in the morning, the sun rises from that side. So that's, you know, it's super nice. Again, a lot of those, you know, tiny spaces that we can use. And then moving into the more of the backside, this is our bedroom. So I explained to you the thing about the floor, the tiles at the same company. They've been doing our, you know, the bathtub and everything with the stone, which is super nice. and you can see the shower, the walls, the floor, and the whole. So it's the same. It's been using the same materials, which makes it very rich and super, super nice. I mean, it's like we're really enjoying every single moment in the house. You can see the details on the floor. This is our dressing room. So we have a bench, you know, the ceilings are super nice. You know, the whole house has been really built the same way. You can see the view to our bedroom and to the library and to the kitchen. So it's really a square house. And then this is one of the corridors. So you can see what you see on the right, these wooden frames. There are so many. All these are cupboards and wardrobes. So they're kind of hidden. You don't see, you don't know. But, you know, my dream was to have a lot of space. So up, you can see up and down, everything is, you know, for us to put the, you know, the clothing and so on. I don't want to show you too much. It's not so well organized inside, but, and then again, the gardens, the view. So one side is on the wood, the other side is the patio again, which makes it very lively and nice. Moving further, so here is the bedroom of my daughters. I don't think it's a good idea to show you because it's really a mess, but you know, it's like, and they have some friends over, so enjoying the space. Then we have some small corners in the house, like this. So using every corner. Again, I use this space a lot for yoga, or, you know, sit down there and read some books. It's you kind of far from everything, so it's quite nice. We have some bicycle here. And this is the third bedroom that we had. So you didn't see the one from my daughters, but this is exactly the same. So they're like twin bedrooms. So you can see that one, we have a sofa. We use it for guests, so this becomes a bed. I use it as a study, so I study here a lot. The nice thing is all the details, not only the floor, the ceiling and everything. So you can see everything is the same. But there is this window between the two bedrooms. So the idea is for our two daughters, you know, to kind of, once they're going to separate, right now they share their room, but maybe in the future they will split in a way so they could keep the window open. So it's quite nice. They like it. It's very special. And then what's amazing is that from here, you know, you have the view to the patio, but also you have the whole view to the land, and really you can see very far away. So it's okay. Moving down, here we have the girls' bathroom. So same form with a shower. Okay, I'm losing a bit the connection. Sorry. Here is the room with all the machinery, you know, the washing machine and everything, nothing too interesting. And then you can see that we keep having all those cupboards on the side. So right now from here, we can see the lounge again. So we're going to go towards there and the entrance. So all these are cupboards on the side, cupboards, more. Here we have a tiny shower room for our guests. It's really tiny, so not much to show. Here, then we have a small tiny TV room, which is also a guest room. It's tiny, but it fits two people, and there's a double bed in there. I'm not going to show you because to make the house nice, we've put a lot of things here for you not to see. And then we have another small toilet here, you know, same walls from Muget and the floor, and then you can see it's kind of nice as well, and you kind of on the other side of the house, so you can relax and hide from your daughters, which sometimes is very much needed. And then this is again the entrance door where we started the tour. Okay, so you can see, and then we are back to the lounge. So we did this square shape. We followed the path of the house, so everything goes around the patio, and this you didn't see in the beginning, but we had to build this very nice wooden door that we can slide because, you know, Mallorca summertime, it's super hot, and also sometimes you need to be in the shadow, and so we use it. We have two big doors like that, so we can cover the whole windows, which is nice, and also at night if you want to lock the house. So it's pretty nice. And now going through the kitchen again, Jaime will take you to the outside so you can see the house from outside as well. So We do, like weekends, we do walk a lot. The house, you know, going around everything in the end, you kind of have to walk a lot. So anyway, I pass you back.
Hello, I'm back now. I think it's important to show also the outside part of the house, because this house is really soft to build in and out, to live, sorry, in and out of the concept, no? Then, okay, this is the small porch we have close to the kitchen, where we can have dinner and breakfast in the morning, and then we go through to the front part of the house. When we finished the house, really we didn't have this porch, but then we talked with Teda Studio, and we asked them to design something special. As you can see, this is something that is not just functional but also aesthetic at the same time. Also, this is one of the key ingredients of the house. Many of the metallic parts of the house are really made with this very basic building. I don't know how you call it, but the swimming pool is made completely of concrete, with more swimming area, more this kind of a small beach to relax and to be outside. Then this would be the front view of the house. This is the for the fireplace, for the smoke of the fireplace to get out, and this is the view of the house. Again, as you can see, all the facade is made of this cyclop concrete, I think it's called, where we mix the concrete with the stones that we get from the funding of the foundations of the house. Also, part of the idea of the house was to make it as much sustainable as possible. That's why we were reusing the elements that we have from the construction, but also we have geothermic system, solar plugs, to make this house really efficient in terms of consumptions of power. Okay, and these are the persianas, we call it in Spain, I don't know the word. And we go back again inside the house. Okay, I think that we try to explain the house. For sure, there are many technical details that we couldn't go through because it's not our expertise. We were just trying to show the house how we live it. We thought that would be, sorry. Awesome, okay, we are. Also, we thought that would be a good idea to share a bit with you how was the creative process of getting in touch with Theta Studio, and how we try to work together, because I think that it was really interesting process to share with you. No? I think it's important to understand why we both, Isabelle and myself, we work in a company that is called Camper. Maybe you know. Camper is a shoe company. We have many stores around the world, and it's a company that always has tried to create unique designs, but with something to bring to the culture of the society. No, it's not just making aesthetic; it's trying to bring something, a concept, in the product. Then we grow in this culture. No? We are part of this company for many years, and when we decided to build a house to live together and to make this our family house, we thought that it was important also to keep this idea that the house cannot be only something aesthetically beautiful, should be also a concept behind that you feel connected with. No? Then the first really important decision was to find a partner to help us with this project. It's easy to find many good architects in Mallorca. You know, we have plenty of rich German and British guys coming over to live in Mallorca, and they can find really good architects. But we wanted to work with someone that shared our vision and somehow our values. No, then we were really doing a research in Mallorca, and I think that we were really lucky to find someone as TED Architects, Jaime and Irene. When they are more or less our age, they have completely our vision. Then when we met first time, we connected, and we thought that it was the right people to work with in this life project. No? Just to let you know, when we met them, okay, we shared with them a bit the ideas, but I had a very clear idea. I wanted to have a house with 2 stories, with 2 floors. No? Then we met them, we explained them what we wanted, the idea that we wanted to have a concept, blah, 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 blah. But I said, but you know, where I live with these views, I think it's important to have a 2 floors house, no? That you can see the views from everywhere you are. And Jaime and Ines said, okay, let us think about the project, give us some time, come back in a few weeks. Okay, then they call us, okay, we are ready, come back. And the first thing that when we met that Jaime told me is, you know, Jaime, yeah, I know that you want to have a 2-floor house, but it's going to be only 1 floor. I said, what? And then they explain us, no, the project, that, okay, you wanted something really connected with the Mallorcan culture, something modern. Then they explain the patio idea. We love the idea of the patio. Then they start to explain all the concept behind, and at the end they convince us to move in this direction. Even at the beginning, I was trying to say, okay with the patio, but 2 floors, but no, it was not possible to achieve it. Then I think that the creative process is, I mean, we had many meetings, really. I mean,
many, yes.
I think it was a constructive process, no? Because I would say that they took us out of our comfort zone, and also we took them to cover most, I would say more Isabelle than myself, no? Trying to cover what our needs could be, no? In terms of, okay, we want to live in this way, we need to have this space, these areas, and really they were taking the briefing and working against it, no? And I don't know what else to say.
No, that we became friends.
Yeah.
And it took us nearly 5 years to build the house in total, from the day we bought the land, and then the meeting with the architects, and then the building, because, you know, Mallorca, with only hotels and everything, it's, you know, like building companies, they tend to, you know, sometimes when the hotel season starts, they need to stop all the houses and work on the hotel. So we had to deal, you know, with everything and facing those issues. I thought I would have my second daughter in the house, and when we moved, she was 4. So, but it's okay. I mean, you know, patience pays, I think. You know, we have the house we wanted. We love it. Every single day that we go, you know, through it, we get more in love. And we've been very lucky with this. We are very lucky that with this crisis that we've been, you know, the lockdown, we've been locked inside this house. I think it's like heaven, and we've been enjoying every single minute of it in that sense. Of course, you know, the rest is not so. But enjoying the house, the space, the light, it's been like, you know, great. So we're very thankful for that.
Yeah. Also, when we were talking with them, with architects at the beginning, they were saying that it's important that the houses should age properly. I think that is true. This house is aging, it's evolving. It's not the same house as it was when we came to live here. You see that the gardens are growing, the ceilings are growing, it's moving. Also, I would say that this kind of houses where you have so many, it's not a big house as you have seen, but has so many chances, no, to live. You know, you can be outside, you can be inside, you can be in the patio. We move the furniture. Sometimes we have the chairs here, sometimes we have the chairs in the patio. The house is evolving, it's living with us. No?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important that you cannot see, because it's very difficult to show, but if you are able to come, always you will be invited to visit this house, is to feel it, no? And when we have people coming to stay with us or to be with us sometime, everybody says the same. This house has a kind of a special energy. Maybe the location, maybe the play with the lights, this kind of lights, shadows, the patio, I don't know, it's difficult to explain why, but it's true that you have a kind of monastery. I don't know if the word is monastery, no? Where the monks live in this kind of cozy environment where you feel really relaxed and you can feel this energy. You know? Even with our 2 daughters shouting and running around, no? The calm is in the house. The calm is with this kind of really calm energy that you can feel it when you live here. And okay,
that's it.
We can see that. I hope that you really enjoy the
tour.
I mean, we are really glad to share with you this house. We are now sitting in our favorite spot in the house, because it's where normally we sit together. And we spend time talking, moving up and down in our rocket chairs. We love rocket chairs, and with the views, and we get relaxed, and the time pass by.